Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome to our first one-night special here for SWE. It's going to be Mystery Vortex. It's a very interesting night as well, because we're going to have 5 matches this evening, each one representing a brand, and each one will guarantee a brand new person on that roster. And here we go then with our opening match of the evening. This first match is going to be representing Mayhem, and first off, for a chance to get himself a place on the Mayhem roster is Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Was not available in the draft. I don't know if PJ2 would have picked him at all. He might have ended up on Carnage, to be honest, if he was in the draft. But still a pretty good opportunity for him. Of course, he suits the Mayhem roster quite well. Mayhem is very retro style, and I think he'd be a very good asset to that Mayhem roster. But of course, if he wants to do that, he has to defeat his opponent here this evening. So one of these two guys will be guaranteed a place on the Mayhem roster. And like I said, we have 5 matches here this evening. Each of the brands are represented with 1 match each. Some of them singles, some of them tag team as well. So there's Snuka. And his opponent is going to be Hakushi. A man that PJ Toby does very much like, and I think he wanted him originally on the draft. However, he wasn't available as a core at that point in time. We didn't think he was going to be available very quickly. So he wasn't somebody we initiated on the draft. However, he has been made available pretty soon. So PJ Toby wanted to give him his chance here this evening, of course. And he would fit into that roster of Mayhem quite well. Of course, he does have that strong Japanese talent pool with the great Muta, Jushin Liger, Ultimo Dragon, Tatsumi Fujinami as well. So they've got a strong Japanese base already. Adding Hakushi to that base as well would be pretty good. He could really give them another aspect. And I'm not quite sure actually off the top of my head if Hakushi is more of a cruiserweight. I've always thought he's more of a cruiserweight, but he might not be, to be honest with you. He might just be a hard striker. He might be more of a strong style wrestler. I'm sure we're about to find out right now as he takes on Jimmy Snuka. So a massive match for both these guys. And if you do lose this evening, it doesn't necessarily mean you'll never be in SWE. It just means that now is not your time. There's a good chance that one of these two guys might end up on a different brand, you know? Who knows? Straight away, Hakushi with a neck breaker. I don't know what was behind my the making of this arena, to be honest. There's not many different patterns you can use. At the moment, I'm just trying to use whatever I can use, really. Just trying to change things up, and I don't mind it, actually. I quite like it, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Nice suplex there by Hakushi. And we are going to be having a few more of these one-night specials in SWE, especially once I get ahead of myself and get things going. Because, of course, at the moment, we've got Adrenaline up tomorrow. Our first episode of Adrenaline. We've got our first episode of Carnage up in a few days' time as well. I think that's on Tuesday. We've got our first pay-per-view is on Thursday. So we've really got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. But once we've got through the full first lot of episodes of everything, then everything will be up and running. Be a lot quicker for me to do, and we can start looking at doing more of these one-night specials and start looking at doing our first tournaments as well. Now, tournaments-wise, I did want to start a little bit earlier, but I'm holding on at the moment because I want to try and get some really good cores. Because as you've seen probably over the last few days, we've got some good cores, but we've also got a few ones that are a bit ropey. And I think it's just important to make sure that if we do a tournament, I want to make sure they're as good as possible. So yeah, we're just waiting a little bit of time just to make sure we get the right people. Hakushi there, nice little couple of punches in the air, and Hakushi's dominating Jimmy Snuka here, though, I must say. Bringing him back up and an overhand, and Hakushi is absolutely dominating Snuka. I didn't think this would happen, to be honest. I thought Snuka might have a bit more of a go in this one, but Snuka's not really the most impressive wrestler in the world, is he? He was a lot of just chops, a lot of strikes, but and then obviously the big splash to finish off with. But apart from that, he did have a lot to offer, whereas Hakushi probably much more of the all-rounded wrestler. Snuka now going with those strikes. Kick in the thigh as well, and Hakushi struggling here. Snuka takes him down. And Hakushi slides to the outside, trying to get a break. Referee blocking Snuka off. Snuka wanting to follow him out there, and oh, the referee. Wow, Hakushi did very well there. Dropped to the outside of the ring. Snuka went to follow, referee blocking Snuka off, and that allowed Hakushi the distraction he needed to take control of this match once again, catching the leg of Snuka, taking him down. Oh, and dropping his body weight. That could be interesting, because if the knee of Snuka goes, that might be a bit more difficult for him to get up on the top rope and hit that big splash, as Hakushi taking Snuka up on his shoulders. Drops him chest first across that top rope. Hakushi now himself heading up to the middle rope this time. Stalking Snuka as he slowly gets back up to his feet. Hakushi diving, shoulder block, taking Snuka down. And Snuka rolled over into the single leg Boston Crab right middle of the ring. This could be enough to make him tap, you know. Snuka's crawling towards the ropes. Is he going to make it? Oh, they've not gone back to letting go. They should never let go. That was a really good thing last year when they stopped doing that. The only way out of a submission was by rope break or escape, and now he just let go of a submission where he could have won the match. That's annoying, that, isn't it? Hakushi, though, definitely looks to me like he's in firm control of this match. Definitely. And I think PJT will be happy no matter what happens, no matter who wins this one, because, like I said, it offers a lot of real potential onto his roster, a lot of new things that he can think about doing. I know it's very early to be adding people to the roster. We just thought after the draft, we found quite a few people that we found that were very, very good calls we wanted to use. So tonight is a chance for us to utilise some of those people. And now we've had a chance to do the draft, we know what we're missing. We can sort of, again, we can sort of make these matches to try and fill in some spaces we have in our roster. And I've got a big one for Octane. Octane's going to be our main event this evening. Carnage is coming up for you next. Carnage has got a tag team match, I will tell you that. Throwdown after that with a singles match. Then Adrenaline has a tag team match as well. So a lot of action here for this evening as Hakushi now locks in the camel clutch, but Snuka's foot was across the bottom rope. Belly to belly slam by Hakushi on Snuka. Snuka's really struggling here. Slamming the arm of Hakushi onto the mat now. Snuka with a pin. One. Only a 1 count. Wow. He's got camel toes. Look. He's actually got camel toes, old Hakushi. Hakushi breaks free from that submission. Catching Snuka. Draping him across that middle rope. Hakushi comes back. Oh, all his body weight across the neck and chest of Snuka there with the ropes, and Hakushi now heading up top. What's he looking for? Diving headbutt on Snuka. Can Hakushi drop into a pin? He's not going for a pin though. He's continuing on the assault and very back and forth this match. Camel clutch once again. Could Snuka reach out and grab the ropes, or is this going to be enough? Snuka taps out, and Hakushi has just guaranteed himself a place on the Mayhem roster. Our first victor of Mystery Vortex. And he is now a member of Mayhem. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. A good asset for Mayhem. Like I said, PJ Tovey likes him. We're going to get some action out of him. Snuka, I'm disappointed with Snuka, to be honest. He didn't really give himself a impressive run here today, did he really? He had a few opportunities and just didn't really take what he had. He just seemed to, whenever he took advantage, just gave it away too easy. Big splash and headbutt there by Hakushi. And of course, finally, it was this camel clutch, which was enough to finish Snuka off. And it was the second time he locked it in the match as well. The first time was a rope break, the second time was enough to make Jimmy Superfly Snuka tap. So there we go then, victory for Hakushi. He looks okay from a distance. When you get close, you start to see there's a bit of problems with some of the lettering on his chest now, isn't there? But I don't know, it looks fine. It looks good, I like it. Our first victor of the night then, Hakushi. 3.5-star match, nice. It's not a rivalry match, just the game likes to get confused and do that, doesn't it? Next match. And here we go then, match number 2, representing Carnage. First up, we have the Headbangers. I think that screen's glitched now as well. I don't know why, I can't get it to get rid of the WWE Network sign. It's really annoying me. I don't want to have WWE Network advertised in my arenas, but I can't seem to get rid of it. And it seems to be bugging out a little bit because it's trying to play the video over the top of the words WWE Network at the moment. Which is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? But, yep, we have got them for you, the Headbangers, like I said, entering the ring. Had a bit of run on SmackDown last year. And have a chance to get themselves as part of the Carnage roster. So, like I said, the winners of this match join Carnage. The losers of this match will still be in obscurity. Not saying they won't get brought into another brand at some point, but you never know. And their opponents are going to be the Insane Clown Posse. Violent J on the left and Shaggy 2 Dope, is it, on the right? Of course, they had a run in WWE. They had a run in WCW. They run their own company, Juggalo Pro Wrestling, as well, currently. And they've got a chance here in SWE to show what they can do. And Carnage just suit these two guys very, very well. It's an idea that PJ Toby pitched forward this match. For Mystery Vortex, and I like it. I do like it. It's pretty cool as well, isn't it? I wish, at some point, you know, I wish I was you guys, to be honest, because watching this show and not knowing who is going to be coming out for the rest of the night. So we've got 2 more singles matches and a tag team match still to come. And you guys have got, no, there could be anybody around the world that could make their way out to the ring for the next set of matches. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. I like the mystery factor of Mystery Vortex, hence the name. And this is probably something we'll go to a few times, I think, Mystery Vortex. We'll maybe use it as a pay-per-view at some point, another special at some point, because I just quite like the concept. Or maybe we could do some sort of like Raw Roulette, where I put all the match types or put certain people into a hat and we randomise who gets the opportunity. I like that as well. We've got the Cyber Sunday idea. We can give you guys the opportunity to vote for who you want to see in certain matches. So there's a lot of different specials we could do during this universe. Wow, Violent J with the pile driver. And if you ever get a chance to watch it, right, I watched one of the funniest wrestling interviews I have, or were watched, is the one with ICP. It was so funny. I can't remember which one it was now, though. It was a kayfabe videos, I think it was. And yeah, it was a video with both members of the Insane Clown Posse doing the interview and so forth. And it was just so funny. They did not hold back at all. There were some real interesting things they came up with, and accusing people of sleeping their way to the top, accusing people of being on drugs for shows and all sorts. They did not hold back at all. It was real funny watch that at the same time. They're quite down-to-earth guys, really. And of course, like I said, they do run their own wrestling company, Juggalo Pro Wrestling, I think it is. Juggalo Pro Wrestling? It might just be Juggalo Wrestling. Or something like that. There we go. And I'm stuck with this old issue I have with tag teams. I know which one's which of the Insane Clown Posse. However, the Headbangers, I'm really struggling here. I believe this is Thrasher in the ring and Mosh on the outside. I couldn't promise you that, but that's what I believe is the case. And Carnage already has a pretty strong tag team division, I must say, but one of these two teams would definitely be a good addition to that. I think it was Adrenaline who I thought had the, not the weakest tag team division, but the least depth, which is why PJ Toby, like I said, has booked a tag team match later on this evening for his brand. Wow, and Thrasher doing well there against Violent J. Is that, no, it's not Violent J anymore, is it? It's Shaggy in the ring. Shaggy? Where's it be? Nice gut buster there by Thrasher. Violent J here shouting for the tag here from Shaggy, but Shaggy's not really in a situation at the moment to make that tag. Belly to belly slam by Thrasher. Bringing Shaggy back up to his feet. But Shaggy fighting back. I'm just going to keep saying it funny every time, eh? Shaggy. There's the pin by Shaggy 1. Only a 1 count, okay. It was pretty early in the match. I wasn't expecting anything else than 1 count, to be honest. I sounded quite surprised there, didn't I? But yeah, that's what I expected, really. Slamming the arm of Thrasher into the mat now, and Shaggy dragging Thrasher back towards his corner. Now that is intelligent tag team work. Now I know they did a bit of work on tag team matches from the last game into this one. That's one of the things they have definitely improved, is the tag team work. Now you'll see quite often that people will put themselves in between somebody in their corner to stop them getting the tag, and they're very clever. They are very clever. Violent J now with a big backdrop. Leg drop now by Violent J on Thrasher as well. Oh, that's nice. Raymond Rose just to propose to Sarah Logan. There you go. Wrestling marriage there for you. Nice hot tag. There's a running dropkick by Mosh. Went for the second. I've seen that quite a few times now with these hot tags. They tend to miss a lot. And Violent J jackknife powerbomb straight away into the pin. Thrasher's down here. 1, 2. No, only 1 count. Yeah, so Thrasher was one who took most of the damage, wasn't it? Kick right in the spine there by Violent J. Now heads up top. Thrasher's still down on the outside. If Violent J can hit a big maneuver, he could win this one. There's the big moonsault. That could be enough. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And ICP have won. Violent J with a big moonsault. And he is victorious, meaning that the Insane Clown Posse will be making their way over to Carnage. Very good showing there by the ICP, I must say. Very good show. And you see it was good. We had the hot tag situation. This is one of the new parts of the game. The hot tag situation. Thrasher tagged in Mosh. Thrasher was knackered from his fight and ended up down on the outside. Violent J came in, powerbombed Mosh. And while Thrasher was still down the outside, there's that big moonsault. In for the pin. And that was enough, of course, to pick up the victory. Victory! Where was that from? That was Rome Total War. That's what that was. Victory! So there we go. Insane Clown Posse heading to Carnage. Nice. Nice, I like that. But it does mean the Headbangers and Streamy Snuka are currently still free agents. You know, myself and PJ Toby feel the need, we could go for that. See what rating we got for this match. The last match was 3.5 star. This one is going to be a... Oh. This one doesn't even get a star rating. Okay, that's disappointing, isn't it? And here is our next match then, representing Throwdown. My first brand match of the evening. Starting things off is the cowboy himself, James Storm. Again, somebody who wasn't on the draft, but now managed to find a pretty decent core of him. I'm quite impressed by this core, actually. It's okay. I think it's still a little bit ropey on the face, don't get me wrong, but I'm quite happy with this core. Oh, actually, I'm not now. The more I look at its face, the more I get a bit disappointed with it. Oh, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're here now anyway, aren't we? Yeah, that screen is doing my head in a bit, to be honest. So, James Storm, of course, did have a match in NXT. Probably one of the only guys to have had a match in NXT and then walk away and go back to TNA. That was a bit of a crazy decision by him. I'm sure if he had that chance again, he wouldn't take that opportunity, would he? Or he would take the opportunity, should I say. And he's going to be facing off against Mr. Adam Page. Or Hangman Page, if you will. Of course, a member of Bullet Club. A very loose member of Bullet Club. You don't seem to see him as often as the others, do you? It's like the core of Bullet Club at the moment are Omega and the Bucks. You've got Gorillas of Destiny are there as well, but they're a bit more of a branch out of Bullet Club. Hangman Page seems to do a lot more of his work in Ring of Honor with Bullet Club, doesn't he? It'd be interesting. We might be able to use him a bit more. Of course, he could work with Gorillas of Destiny on our Throwdown brand, should he get the opportunity to join us. But of course, we currently have James Storm standing in his way. This is a gut check, Eden, this one, isn't it? Gut check. Gut check. Remember gut check? I really liked the idea of gut check. Until I realised that TNA were just signing all the wrong people. Like, I don't think there was a single gut check where I wouldn't have signed the other person. Don't get me wrong. Jay Ryan, I think, was the right person to sign. But then, apart from that, everyone else I just didn't understand. Like, they They took on bloody what was that guy's name? He was part of Deuce and Domino. What? No, he wasn't part of Deuce and Domino, was he? That big Irish. He had an Irish name, didn't he? They took him over Brian Cage. I'm sat there like, what? Are you guys crazy? They took some real weird, bizarre people, didn't they? A couple of atomic drops here, and James Storm really coming out the gates, kicking here. Now, of course, James Storm was part of a... was he part of SWE before? I think he was part of SWE before. I think we might have had beer money in a previous SWE. Hangman Page not yet been involved, but I feel like, again, no matter who loses this one, at some point or another, they will end up in SWE. However, obviously the winner's going to get in there straight away. Going to get in there a bit earlier. Let's say Throwdown might be the best place for both of these, because Page, like I said, would be able to work with, well, not necessarily James Storm, but I think Throwdown's the best place for Adam Page. I don't know anywhere else that would suit him so well because of having the rest of Bullet Club to work with. Of course, we do have 4 members of Bullet Club on... We have 3 members of Bullet Club on Throwdown at the moment. Tamatonga, Tangaloa, and Bad Luck Fale. So Hangman Page could really extend that roster. Be nice to have a 4-man team on there, because we can have an 8-man tag match at some point as well. James Storm taking Hangman Page up on his shoulder and drops him across that top rope. And now stamping on the arm, and James Storm seems to be just in control of Hangman Page here. I must admit, I'm trying to be completely unbiased, but the more I think about it, the more I feel that Hangman Page might be the best option for Throwdown, but we'll see what happens. Oh, nice backflip there by Hangman Page. Clubbing blow against the back and a big clothesline. A second clothesline. And a big splash in the corner. Followed up by another big clothesline. And Page taking James Storm down. Page heading up top. Now, I must admit, I've not seen a lot of Hangman Page. I struggle with faces on this game. My face memory is not great. And I do struggle, so... Oh my god, he just missed a shooting star press. That could have been make or break. Wow. That could have been make or break that, and yeah, it could have just broke Adam Page. If he'd hit that shooting star press, he could have been victorious and guaranteed his place on Throwdown. But now he's up caught with that big spinebuster by James Storm. Storm drops into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. James Storm now just twisting the head of Hangman Page. Page slowly back up to his feet. There's a right hand right in the gut of James Storm. James Storm sprung off the ropes. There's the back elbow by Page. Now bringing James Storm back up, and Page once again. Yeah, let me know what you think in the description. I'm using in the comments. I'm using your guys' comments as much as I possibly can, because, well, it's like I said, I'm not very good at judging people's pictures. So that's why I like having PJ Tovey up here, because he's a bit more. He's a bit better sometimes at sort of saying that's a good one, that's a bad one, because I struggle. Sometimes if they're very good, I can do it, but sometimes I really struggle myself to sort of say that's a good call, that's a bad call. So let me know what you think in the comment section below as well. I think this James Storm looks pretty good from a distance. When you get close to his face, that's when he starts to look a little bit out there. Wow, only a 1 count there. I thought Page did a lot more damage there. He should have got at least a 2, but Storm showing he's nowhere near out of this one. Wow. Storm drops like a sack of spuds, and Page needs to continue the assault. But gets caught with a right hand. Pinned by Storm, mid of the ring. 1. Oh, only a 1 count again. So he needs to hit something big, doesn't he, to win this match. Storm now just running the ropes. As you do. Storm bringing Page back up to but Page fighting back. Shoulder block, they can Storm down. Now dropping his entire weight across the leg and the knee of James Storm. Now just choking Storm down. Page now bringing Storm back up to his feet. There's the front chanty, a boot in the gut. And there's a spinning neck breaker. Now that's not a bad position if he wants to go for that shooting star press again. There's the pin though. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. It's getting closer though. Getting closer. Page can't believe it. He thought he was doing better than that. Big knee strike in the face there by James Storm. There's the pin on Adam Page. 1, 2. Just about a 2. Page back up, right hand in the gut of James Storm. Looked like he's going to go for a DDT there, but Storm fighting back as well now. There's the code breaker by James Storm and Adam Page out of nowhere. That could be enough to finish him off. But no, Storm going for the submission, just wrenching that arm, just trying to pull the shoulder out of the socket by the looks of it. Storm bringing Page up and a boot in the spine. A kick in the back of the head now as well by Storm. Twisting the head of Adam Page. Which one of these two guys is going to guarantee themselves on a place for throwdown for this new SWE season? Almost got that wrong. SWE Universe mode. Of course, we've still got matches from Adrenaline and Octane yet to come for you this evening. And I'm very happy with my Octane match, I tell you. Very, very happy with my Octane match. Nice kick there in the face by Adam Page. Standing 450. And again, I've not seen Adam Page wrestle a huge amount as well, I must admit. So does this moveset suit him? Does he do a standing 450? He doesn't look like a cruiserweight type, does he? A Storm. Well, it might not be a problem. Might not have a chance to even have a look at that, will he? As he gets super kicked right in the face. The last call. There's the pin. 1, 2. No, he's kicked out. Wow. Wow, Adam Page kicks out this last call super kick. Now this is possibly one of the best matches I've had so far in the SWE Universe mode. I know we're yet to get anything from Adrenaline or Carnage yet, but still. Boot in the face there by James Storm and Adam Page. Now bringing Page back up. Page fighting back, taking Storm down with that arm drag. Storm now neck breaker. Oh my god. That was a brutal neck breaker, that was. As Storm now continuing the assault. Don't know what happens here if this is going to go to a draw. Whether we might end up having to take both people onto the roster. 1, 2. Oh, it's getting close to 3 though. Really, really close. Page is struggling now for energy. That last call super kick really rocked him, you can tell. Storm now wrenching that neck of Adam Page. Bringing him back up to his feet. Snapmare once again. Now lock it in. The reverse chin lock now. Page. Couple of elbows right in the gut of James Storm. But Storm's just that little bit quicker still. I think Page is still rocked from that super kick. But playing Posse in that corner. Again, looks like he was going to give that DDT. But again, James Storm able to reverse it. And every time Page looks like he's going to get any offense at all, Storm's just there. Russian leg sweep. Dragging Page away from the ropes. Could this be enough? There's been a huge amount of damage done. That could be enough. That could be the straw that broke the camel's back, but not quite enough. Page still kicking out. Surely the game's got to give this a high rating, surely. There's that big spine buster once again. Now that could be game, set, match, you know. But Storm's not interested. Storm wants to finish this one off. Dropping an elbow right inside the knee of Page. Bringing him back up to his feet. Oh. Page slides out the back of that power slam, whatever he was going for. Page now taking James Storm up. Powerbomb. And stacks him as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. That was a really good camera angle, wasn't it? Rolls him straight into the Boston Crab. Is James Storm going to tap? No, James Storm able to wrestle his way free from that Boston Crab submission. Both these guys really showing so much intent to get themselves on this throwdown roster. They're both so desperate to do so, and you know what? I'm highly impressed with both of them, and I feel like whoever loses this match could literally be the hottest free agent at the moment in wrestling. Big boot right across the chest of Adam Page. Storm bringing him back up, and Storm hitting the code breaker, and that should be game, set, match, but no, Storm not going for the pin, and Page kicking Storm away, now going for the pin of his own. Oh, only a 2 count, but there wasn't much in that kick out for Storm at all. Page, you can see struggling, hands on hip. I don't know how much more Page can give to this match, to be honest. He's taking a lot of damage. Storm forcing the Ace Crusher away, and a big flapjack as well. Storm bringing Page back up to his feet. Again, looking for that power slam, and Page again slides out the back into a backdrop. He's positioned perfectly if you want to go for that shooting star again. No, he decides against it. And Storm back up with a clothesline. This has really been a fantastic match. This could be our first match in the best playlist, I think, this year. Big right hand. Page sending Storm over the top. He's hulking up a bit there. They're both just staring at each other as James Storm finally just hangman's Page over that top rope. Pun intended. I'm tired. And there is the last call super kick, and surely that is got to be the last call here for Adam Page. It is. James Storm is victorious. He is taking a place on our throwdown roster, but I'm highly impressed with what I've just seen from Adam Page, and I would not be surprised if he turns up in throwdown in the near future. This, for me, was very impressive. Now, this has possibly been the best match we've had so far. Episode 7 of the Universe we're in now, and this is probably the best match we've had so far, and I feel like it might be the best, the first match that goes on our Season 3 best playlist of 2K18. It's a cracking match, it really was. A lot of different action, a lot of thrills, a lot of spills. It'll be interesting to see what sort of star rating the game gives it, because like I said, it's been our best so far. I think the best I've had a star rating so far is a 4-star. So if this is more than a 4-star, it will be the best we've had. It'd be interesting to see exactly what, if the game agrees with my star rating as well. Nice Russian leg sweep there. And again, that was so close, getting closer and closer to the end here. And I feel like Storm did get the most offense off, and it was not a surprise to me that he won the match in the end. Page had his chances. There was that powerbomb. He stacked him up for the pin. Oh, good old game. Decides not to give us all the highlights, eh? But it weren't long after that, of course. He went into the Boston Crab straight from that powerbomb, which Storm was able to break free from. A Storm with his second last call super kick of the match is victorious, and James Storm will be joining our throwdown roster as of our next episode. I don't think he's got any ranking points. I don't think he was involved in Season 2 of the Universe Mode, but he was involved in Season 1, so he's got a fresh 100 ranking points to start off with. Oh, it didn't rate the match. Oh, come on. I really wanted to see what the rating was going to be. Oh, here we go. Anyway, on to Adrenaline. And here we go then. So like I said, Adrenaline time. And this is going to be a tag team match. And you know what? I don't know why I picked this entrance, but I just had to, didn't I? I really like this entrance. We just don't use it because it's not needed for anyone, is it really? But there we go. There he is. Crazy Steve, you've already seen. And of course, his tag team partner, Abyss. We've got Decay, people. Yeah, not quite sure if this entrance really works for this team, but I don't know. I like this entrance, but I don't really get a chance to use it because it doesn't match anyone. I suppose it does. We can probably use it over on Mayhem now because it is the entrance for the Great Muta, isn't it, I believe? So maybe we could use it as part of Hydra's entrance. Not quite sure who the guy at the back is supposed to be, but this could be Great Muta at the front. Then, I don't know. Well, the tag team we've got at the moment, I believe, is Jushin Liger and Ultimo Dragon is the main tag team, but it can go many ways, I suppose, isn't it, over on Mayhem? So this should be interesting. So these two guys fighting for a place on the Adrenaline roster. Now, a lot of people would have expected them to be maybe more of a Carnage tag team, but PJ Toby's gone for it. And like I said, I think PJ Toby's struggling. Not struggling as such, but he got a few tag teams during the draft, but quite a few of them have not been able to find cause for as of yet. So he's only got about 3 or 4 teams on the Adrenaline roster at this point in time. So the winner of this match is really going to strengthen him quite significantly. It's not a bad entrance, actually. This does suit just about. And then they just change straight away. That Abyss looks a little bit ropey, doesn't it? And, of course, their opponents is going to be the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. Have I got that right? I think so. Montez Ford is a wrestler. Ford Montez is a car. Well, I don't know if it is. It sounds like a car, doesn't it? Drive away today in the new Ford Montez. North to 60 in 3.2 days. 64.3 horsepowers. Electric rear parking sensors. I don't know, I'm making this crap up as I go along, to be honest. So here we go, starting things off with Angelo Dawkins and Abyss in the ring. And again, like I said, I think both these teams at some point or another will probably end up being part of our SWE Universe mode anyway. Just the winner will be guaranteed a place in there straight away. And, of course, the losers will have to wait their opportunity. I'm sure at some point someone will take them. I'm not sure if PJ Tovey would, to be honest. Because although he's picked these two, I'm not sure he's 100% happy with either of them. I don't think he's big fans of either of them, to be honest. But he's picked them because they best suit the problem he has on his roster, which is a lack of tag teams. And considering we have got more or less every single tag team ever created in wrestling history, well, it's not quite that many, have we? But I suppose, but available tag teams, we've got more or less every single one already going. So he's had to pick from the scraps, and I think he'll still be very happy no matter who wins this one. He'll be very happy what he gets because he needs it. He needs the extra tag team. Abyss now sending Montez Ford face first into that turnbuckle. And you see the power of Abyss. I think this is not a very good Abyss, is it? He's too small for a start. Abyss is a lot more chunky than this. So if Decay do win this one, we will get a better Abyss. This was the only Abyss with face paint, and the masks look a bit funny on Abyss on this game because they're all like pictures rather than actual masks. So I went for the face paint one instead, hoping that'd be better, but to be honest, the body shape is not right. The attire is a bit ropey as well, isn't it? Yeah, I do apologise. We'll get a better Abyss. Should Abyss win this one, and of course Crazy... I quite like Crazy Steve, to be honest. But should Abyss and Steve win... Wow. Wow, I don't know what happened there, but it completely glitched him out. And Montez Ford is in a very bad situation here. A very bad situation. He is back in the ring. Abyss can't quite decide what to do. Abyss just sort of launched him into the ropes. He just sort of got hung up and fell through the ropes. It was real brutal, wasn't it? And you see Abyss there getting in between Ford and Dawkins. And that's what I was saying earlier on the evening about the great new tag team mechanics they've added into the game. They really do make it a lot better for tag team matches. They make them more realistic. Ford there taking Abyss down. And I quite like the Street Profits, you know. I do. I feel like there is a place for them in SWE at some point. It's just finding the right place for them, isn't it? Club and blow in the back. Another club and blow in the black. A club in blow in the back. There's a bit of a tongue twister, that one. I've had a few beers as well, you know. As you do. It's the weekend. Why not? Why not? Well, unless you're underage, I suppose. But, you know. I drank from a very early age, but never hurt me. Says the man who sits in on the weekend recording wrestling videos on YouTube, you know. Abyss summoning the spirit of the Undertaker. think Abyss, with the way his face paint looks at the moment, he looks a little bit like, only because of the jaw and those teeth, he looks a bit like Twisty the Clown. Is it Twisty the Clown? It is, isn't it? For American Horror Story. This is the way that his bottom jaw looks like it's... It always looks like his bottom jaw's missing the way that his paint looks from this distance. Looks like he's just got loads of teeth. Dawkins just kicking Abyss away and going to try and bring Montez forward, not Montel. Montez Ford back in the ring. Ford taking Abyss down. So far we know that Hakushi is joining Mayhem. The Insane Clown Posse are going over to Carnage. And James Storm is going to be on Throwdown. This match, like I said, is for Adrenaline. So one of these two teams will be in Adrenaline. And then we still have for you this evening our main event of the evening. Of course, which will be sending a new member to the Octane roster as well. Spine buster there by Abyss, bringing Ford back up. Ford sent into the corner and able to fight away. I think Abyss was maybe thinking of a tag team maneuver there, but again sending Ford straight into the corner, and now he does make the tag into Crazy Steve, who heads up top, and there's a double axe handle. And Crazy Steve would be a great asset to the Adrenaline roster, because he could really be involved in the Cruiserweights. He could be a real different dimension to the Cruiserweight roster over on Adrenaline. So definitely worth having a look at that one. Leg drop there by Crazy Steve, who now heads up to the middle rope. Now Crazy Steve, I'm not quite sure what happened with him, because I did read a while ago that he'd signed with WWE and he'd stopped taking independent bookings, and all of a sudden he just started taking bookings again. So not quite sure what happened there, whether he pulled the plug or they pulled the plug. But I have seen quite a few people saying recently about not wanting to sign with WWE. We had the same. We had Cody Rhodes saying recently that he's earning easily more than double now what he was than what he was at WWE. He's earning a huge amount of money. And even Joey Ryan said to a fan the other day on Twitter, they said, "Would you sign for WWE?" He said, "If I sign for WWE, I'm going to lose 2/3 of my income." And it's true. There's a chicken wing submission there. Crazy Steve locked it in on Montez Ford. And he's tapped out. Wow, he's tapped out already. Wow, that's going to be very disappointing, that is, for Angelo Dawkins. But Decay have now got themselves a place on the Adrenaline roster. Wow. I wasn't expecting such an easy victory there, to be honest. I was thought the Street Profits might do quite better there. Wow, it looks like Street Profits are still available. They're still free agents. I've been quite impressed by, well, I want to say I've been quite impressed by their look, not necessarily their in-ring ability, because they lost quite easy here, but Crazy Steve locking in that chicken wing. It's a very painful submission, don't get me wrong, but there was no attempt by Montez Ford to really come in and break that submission up, was there really? So there we go. We will be downloading a brand new Abyss. Like I said, don't worry, I'll get a better version than this. I think I went for it because, like I said, it was the only one with the face paint. All the others looked a bit ropey with the masks, but I say the attire's not right. The body size is not right. I'm not happy with that Abyss. We'll get a better one. Main event time. You're going to love this one. And here we go then. Now, I just realised that I didn't purposely do it, but this is actually a Falls Count Anywhere match. Yeah, that's definitely... There we go. The first person in this match is going to be Mr. Rey Mysterio. Not quite sure why he was left off the draft. I think we had a bit of a miscommunication, and he was left off the draft, so he's got a chance here to make his way onto the Octane roster should he get past his opponent here this evening. Of course, it's not going to be an easy match for him. We're not going to set up our main event of our first Mystery Vortex of Season 3 of SWE to be easy, are we? So it's going to be a difficult match, and again, whoever wins this match guaranteed a place on Octane. The loser will still be a free agent. It's still available for anybody to pick up should they need to. But I don't... At the moment, I feel like our rosters are very big as they are anyway. So I wouldn't necessarily say we'd definitely pick these people up, but Rey Mysterio is a good shout, isn't he? Let's face it, he's very good. And then Rey Mysterio's opponent for a place on the Throwdown roster, the Octane roster, should I say, is Mr. El Generico. Now, we did say in the draft, and this just hit me earlier when I was making this video up. It hit me earlier. I said during the draft a very important thing. I said that this year, for the first time, we're going to allow different characters played by the same person in the universe mode. Therefore, we've got Cactus Jack, we've got Mankind, we've got Dude Love, we've got Papa Shango, we've got Godfather. We've got quite a few. We've got Jeff Cobb, we've got Matanza Cueto, and now we have the opportunity to have Sami Zayn over on Adrenaline, and of course, his alter ego, Mr. El Generico, here on Octane. But it's not going to be easy for him. Like I say, Rey Mysterio Jr. versus El Generico. The winner will join the Octane roster and instantly become a main event wrestler for us. Easily. Easily they will do. So here we go then. The bell goes, we are underway. And Rey Mysterio straight away looking for that Hurricanrana onto the ropes, but Generico able to avoid the ropes, knowing that if he gets caught up in there, he could get hit by an early 619. That's not the situation he wants to be in. Rey springing off and catching with a Hurricanrana, dropping him. That was actually one of the Rey's moves, wasn't it? Because he went for the bottom and the middle rope rather than the top ropes. That was something that Rey used to always do because he was quite short. And Rey really storming this early part of the match. Now remember, full count anywhere, so no disqualifications, no count-outs, pinfalls and submissions count absolutely anywhere in the universe. Should they end up on a space station orbiting Mars, it will still count. It will still count, I promise you. Generico, wow, nice drop kick. Catching Rey Mysterio right in the face. Generico bringing Rey back up. There's the front chancery and an uppercut. Stiff right hand now sending Rey off the ropes. Another running drop kick. And Rey had a very strong start to this match, but slowly Generico getting back in control. Generico willing. Mysterio back up. Generico into a nice splash. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. I couldn't imagine it'd be that early on, wouldn't it? Generico now has Mysterio up on his shoulders. Drops him. Not sure what happened there, but he ended up in the corner either way. And brings him out the hard way in that sit-out powerbomb. Generico now bringing Rey back up to his feet. Into a suplex. And since Rey had that early spurt of offense, Generico's just controlled it ever since. It's been quite an interesting way, hasn't it, really? There we go. Rey does get some offense back. That Hurricanrana. Bringing Generico up to a seated base. Now a kneeling base. A boot in the chest. Generico back up to his feet and gets caught again in the gut. Into another Hurricanrana by Rey. I'm liking both these calls are very good though, aren't they? They're almost like they should be on the game anyway. Well, obviously Generico's not difficult to make because he is on the game already. You just taken Sami Zayn. Oh, what a German. Bridges for the pin. It's only for a 1 count though, but real quick, sharp, short, concise German suplex and a frog splash to the back as well. Yeah, obviously Generico's very easy to make because he's already on the game. You just got to take Sami Zayn and put a different attire on him. Whereas Mysterio is very difficult to make, and I think this Mysterio is better than all the Mysterios we had in the last year's game. Tattoos and everything are great. There we go. Butterfly keeping the grip and rolling the hip. The trifecta. I'd love to see Generico get his finisher on this game. Because, of course, Generico's finisher is different to Sami Zayn's. Generico's finisher is the brainbuster onto the top turnbuckle pad. It's such a cool move. So dangerous, though. I'm not surprised not after using WWE. Really dangerous. But then again, Rey struggled last year on 2K17. We didn't see him hit his 619 a single time. What's this? Oh, nice. Nice move. That was real well executed. Really, really good. I enjoyed that. It was quite smooth, wasn't it? The senton for the middle rope by El Generico. And now that half and half suplex or Generico really bringing it to the forefront here. Rey struggling. Really struggling. 1, 2. Oh, wow, that's close. We've got Rey, who's one of the original luchadors. One that I say the original luchadors, but one of the luchadors who really brought Lucha Libre Wrestling to America. And, of course, you've got El Generico, the generic luchador. Spent a lot of time over at Tijuana looking after orphans. But now he's got a chance here in SWE to see what he can do. Rey fighting out that power slam into reverse DDT. This is a really good looking Rey, I must say. I'm half tempted to give both these guys a place on the Octane roster, but it would be a little bit iffy because there would be no point having this match, would there? So I'm only going to give the winner a place for now. The loser might get a place later on. Rey, oh wow, both guys colliding, going over the top rope. And of course, remember, it is full count anyway. It's probably the best place for Rey to take Mysterio. Nope. Generico. Because, while saying that, both these guys, their finishing maneuvers are done inside the ring. But then again, Generico has that Blue Thunder bomb on the outside. He doesn't hold it for the pin, though. Why not? Why not go for the pin off that Blue Thunder? A boot in the face there by Rey Mysterio. Hops onto the back of Generico. Flip powerbomb. There it is. 1, 2. Oh, Generico rolls it back through, puts the entire body weight across the chest of Mysterio, and again, it's only a 2. Backbreaker there by Generico. Now stalking Rey Mysterio. What has he got planned on the outside here? A brain bust on the outside. That's what he does, of course, on that turnbuckle. But it could be enough here. 1, 2. Oh, Rey Mysterio kicked out. Wow. Rey Mysterio kicking out. And like I said, it's a clever idea here for Generico to take Rey outside the ring as well, because obviously Rey's not going to hit a 619 from out there, is he? Wow, Generico's going really high risk here. Real high risk. 450 from the top turnbuckle to the outside. That is a huge maneuver. Absolutely huge. I've dropped an elbow right inside the knee of Rey as well. Knowing that if he has damaged the legs, Rey's arsenal becomes a lot less effective. Generico now, oh, just dropping Rey. Crotched him across that top of the barricade. Pin once again by Generico, who's in full control of this match. 2. Only a 2. Rey does catch Generico. Again, trying to put him towards those ropes for the 619, but of course you're outside the ring, Rey. It's not going to work like that. Nice double legs dropped across the groin area of Generico, and a second one as well. It's painful, that, not only because it hits you in the love spuds, but also when you bring your 2 legs down in between your opponents, it forces your opponent's legs further apart, which can pull your groin muscle. It's quite difficult when you think about it. When you really take your own legs that far, it's almost like enforcing the splits on somebody. When you force someone's 2 legs out that wide, you can really pull a groin muscle. Painful thing. I've pulled a groin before. It really does take a while to heal. Over the drop kick in the knee of Generico, but Generico just taking Rey back up on his shoulders. Drops him face first across the apron. Wow. Pin once again. Only a 2 though once again. Generico now locking in the head scissors. Oh, nice. Hurricanrana once again by Rey. So what role that Rey seems to do is lots of Hurricanranas, isn't it, really? Hopping on the back of Generico. Into a nice flip splash. Oh, but Generico rolls the pin back through. And again, it's a 2 either way. Both guys back in the ring now. Arm breaker there by Generico on Rey. Generico has Rey in the corner. Is he going to go for it? Is he going to go for it? Is he actually going to go for it? He could be set up for it here, you know. No, he's not. He's going for a sidewalk slam across that top rope. I've not seen that one before. Wow, I've not seen that before. Sidewalk slam across the top rope. Rey fighting back. Nice spinning heel kick right in the face of Generico, who rolls underneath the bottom rope. Clever idea by him, just staying away from Rey as much as he can. Oh, Rey bringing Generico back outside the hard way. Then hooks the legs. Has he got enough here to get the win? 1, 2. No, Generico kicked out. Again, another high-class match here. Wow, I thought the James Storm versus Adam Page was really good. This one's just taken it up another step as well. Pinned by Generico now. Again, only a 2. Generico back up to his feet. Trying to decide what to do, but he brings Rey back up. Front chanter in a clubbing blow in the back, and now Generico dragging Rey along. What's he got planned here, Generico? Just sort of drag him around. You just took too long there, Generico. I'm not quite sure what you were planning there, to be honest. Running forearm by Rey. Rey now bringing Generico back up to his feet. A running Hurricanrana once again. We're not going to get a big result for move variety here this evening, are we? Not with Rey involved anyway. Everything's been a Hurricanrana so far, isn't it? Rey bringing Generico back up to his feet. Nice takedown there, actually. It's almost like he got caught in a Boston the Crab, but able to break Generico down. Generico fighting back with the uppercut on Rey and a step up into Guri right in the back of the head. Generico now bringing Rey. Well, no, keeping him on the ground and dropping an elbow right inside the groin. Bringing Rey back up. Set him into the timekeeper's area, but nothing in there really, is there? Another Insaguri. And another Blue Thunder bomb in the timekeeper's area, but again, does not hold it for the pin. Why not? Why are you not holding that for the pin, Generico? It's one of your big moves, one of your signatures. It's crazy. I would have gone for the pin straight after that. Rolls him through there into that. No, if it was going to go for the pin again, but it doesn't hold the pin. Generico obviously not thinking like he's done enough yet to finish off Rey. And Rey catches him out there. You've got to take your opportunities, Generico. Rey now went for that DDT, but Generico fighting back with a knee in the gut. Generico taking Rey up. Oh, there's the brainbuster once again on the outside. That's got to be it. There's no way Rey surviving that second brainbuster. There's the pin. Referee well out of position, but 1, 2, and 3, and El Generico is joining the Octane roster. Wow. What a match that was as well. I tell you what, I'm going to have to take from your guys' suggestions in this one. What do you think? Am I just looking at this a bit too biased, or do you think that both the Throwdown match between James Storm and Adam Page and the Octane match between Generico and Rey Mysterio both deserve to be the first 2 matches on our best match playlist for SWE Season 3? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you guys agree, then we will add them onto that playlist. Just in case you want to go back and watch a couple of good matches at some point. A bit bored. If you're like me and you watch a lot of YouTube at work or at school or whatever you do, just flick it on, you know. Why not? And El Generico then is joining the Octane roster. And like I said, whoever won this match was going to instantly become a main event star on Octane. Because we've not got a huge amount of depth on the Octane main event. And like I said, I sincerely believe that the 5 guys or 7 guys or 9 guys who lost here this evening, Snuka, the Headbangers, Adam Page, the Street Profits, and Rey Mysterio Jr., they'll all end up in SWE at some point. But tonight was all about the winners. Hakushi joining the Mayhem roster. The Insane Clown Posse joining the Carnage roster. James Storm is joining Throwdown. Crazy Stephen Abyss from Decay are joining Adrenaline. And El Generico is now going to be a member of the Octane roster. So guys, that's the end of our first SWE special episode. This has been Mystery Vortex. Everyone fighting out for contracts. A sort of gut check style Mystery Vortex, if you will. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do let me know that you like this sort of thing by hitting that like button. And of course, if you're new around here, then subscribe as well. And let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. I do enjoy reading your guys' comments. And PJ Toby does troll around there as well, looking at your comments to get some ideas and so forth. So let him know what you think as well. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you again tomorrow for our very first episode of Adrenaline. Bye. The ones who do.